I guess I'll collect anything to do with gaming, whether it's bad or good, whether it's had a bad reputation. I'd probably still get it, just for interest's sake, to see really how bad it is. I still really want to get the Virtual Boy. I've heard nothing but bad press about it over the years, but it still doesn't deter me from wanting to pick it up. I also really love to collect Tiger handhelds. I've been collecting these years, ever since I was a kid. I always remember them. I always had one of these on a long journey. We used to travel up north quite a bit to Lincolnshire, and I had quite a few of these that I could take and play.
I would say that my gaming guilty pleasure would be something like Candy Crush or Bejeweled. So I sort of got a little bit addicted to them, to be quite honest. Playing on my phone, sort of waiting for the bus and things like that. And I get to the point where I'll be going to bed and thinking, oh, I'll just have a quick blast on it. And next thing I know, an hour's gone by. And it's like, what am I doing? I'm wasting time on games that just mean absolutely jack shit. So that's sort of been toned down a little bit now. Although Candy Crush still sort of grips me from time to time, and I have absolutely no idea why. So guilty pleasures right there.
I do actually, don't I? Yeah, I like dance games. Not the mat ones. I like the ones. I like Just Dance. I like the Just Dance series. I think that's quite fun, especially when you're pissed and with your family, and they are quite amusing. I don't do singing games though, because my singing voice is absolutely abysmal. I nearly swore there. But I think dancing games, I have a bit of a soft spot for dancing games, and crap games in general. I find finding a crap game quite fun to play for a while, and kind of I feel sorry for it in a way. And there's numerous games to say of that. So.
I try to grind my Pokemon all the time. I just want to be able to do one hit and just knock the person out, and if I don't, then I kind of grind for a while and I go back to the Pokemon Center and then I make them well again and then I grind again. I literally don't go on, I don't fight through, and I just do a little bit of grinding here, a little bit of grinding there throughout, if I get a moment, if I'm waiting somewhere and I think I'll just quickly get out my Pokemon. My hairdresser told me off. She said, put your toy away. So I'd say that's definitely a guilty pleasure. And Tetris. I like Tetris. I do like Tetris. Not very good. I like it.
I like puzzle games massively. Candy Crush type, Bejeweled games. Bejeweled, Peggle, love Bejeweled and Peggle. Really, really love Bejeweled and Peggle a lot. Definitely puzzle games. Just spent hours playing them, and word games as well. Love playing word games like Wordament. Yeah, definitely a guilty pleasure for somebody who gets into story-driven RPGs so much. That's got to be it. Do you know what I mean?
I don't have any guilty gaming pleasures. My taste is flawless.
My gaming guilty pleasure is first-person shooters. I know. It is something which I am very sorry for. As a die-hard gamer who's been through thousands and thousands of games, I know the lather, rinse, repeat formula is one that very much sucks and is one that very much annoys most gamers, and rightly so. They churn out the same rubbish each and every year, just repackaged, reskinned, but essentially charge you £50–60 for the same game. And I buy into it each and every year. The latest Call of Duty, all the DLC, the latest Battlefield. I know they're not exceptionally excellent games. I know they're all exactly the same with just different mechanics and different little tweaks here and there, but they are something I am fully sold into. It's something I need to have in my life. The big advertising campaigns, the fact that everyone's going to have the game, it's just something I need.
I suppose if you were to put a gun to my head and say, name a piece of hardware that's rubbish that I like, or that's considered rubbish, I really like both the Sega 32X and the Atari Jaguar. Both of them failed systems, both of them fairly similar in terms of capability, and both of them have some pretty dire games, though more the Atari. But I like them. They both excel at flat shaded polygons, which are things that I like. So yeah, I don't consider it a guilty pleasure because I think they're actually really interesting pieces of hardware. But in terms of like commercial failure and considered failed systems, yeah, I like them.
My gaming guilty pleasure is a little known game called Minecraft. Now, I have 2 copies of it here, one on the Xbox One, one on the PlayStation 4. I have quite a few more copies of this. I have it on the Xbox 360, which is my son's copy. Have it on the PS3. Have it on the iPad. Have it on Android. Why do I play Minecraft, you might ask? Very simply because my youngest son absolutely loves it. So it kind of is one of those sort of things that we do together. We have a good laugh doing it. And that's the main reason, really. People ask me, and I do it because me and my son love to play. It is a lot of fun. I think when you get down to it and you're playing in survival mode, and there's loads of mobs coming after you, and it's in the middle of the night, and you're in a cave, it's a lot of fun to bash them away and get out of the way and whatever. But also it's a lot of fun to be very creative in this game.
I do have one. I certainly wouldn't do it or recommend it in real life, but it is. I don't think I've ever mentioned this before when I've done any kind of videos, but I like the hunting games. For whatever reason, I seem to love the hunting games. You know, the Cabela's series of games. There's those. Absolutely love them. My favourite one was the African Safari one on the Xbox 360. Absolutely loved that. Really, really did. Where you go hunting tigers, lions, zebra, giraffes, elephants, whatever you like. But you know, with recent news, with that doctor and hunting lions and that, certainly not recommended for a real life sport. Let's put it that way. So that's it. That's my guilty gaming pleasure.
I won't even play the games that extensively. I'll play them for maybe 1-2 months, and never again, really. But every year, without fail, I will be pre-ordering that Call of Duty. I will be standing in line at EGX for an hour and a half to just get that little 10-minute stint on the latest, not released Call of Duty. They churn them out. There's no massive change to them. They're not excellent, but it's just something about them keeps on clawing away at my soul, making me spend the money on those games. I mainly like them for the ability to just pick up and play. You know what you're going to get. It's a quick fix gaming. It's nothing that you have to pour your heart and soul into if you don't want to. Because the mechanics are essentially exactly the same, you can be good at one and near enough be good at another one. So for my quick fix of gaming after work, where I want to just melt away all the stresses of the day, the yearly churn of FPSs are my gaming guilty pleasure.
Okay, so these are really basic games, and you didn't get a lot for your money because they weren't cheap, really, these types of games, these handhelds. The gameplay was extremely basic, the sound effects was tinny, almost to the point of being annoying. On some of them they are, but what I really love about them is they're compact, they're bright, they're colourful, and I love their backgrounds and things like that. They're always very decorative. They're interesting, and nowadays you can pick them up fairly cheap on eBay. Some people are still pushing the prices up on these a little bit too much in my mind, and these have also had bad reputations in the past, but it really doesn't deter me. So if there's a bad video game or a bad console out there, likelihood is I'm probably going to try and pick it up at some point.
Building a house and actually having rooms and all things like that is great. And my son's kind of got into the more complicated stuff when it comes to Minecraft now, because he plays it a lot more without me nowadays while I'm at work and what have you, because he's on school holidays. So he's got into building stuff using redstone, dust and all this other stuff, so that it's actually functional, which I find amazing. I come home and he's got this amazing thing on the game. So there's a lot of reasons to play Minecraft, there's a lot of reasons not to play Minecraft. A lot of people really don't like this game and don't like what it represents, I suppose. But being the father of a 7-year-old, my son and all his friends are crazy into Minecraft. They love watching the videos on YouTube. They love playing the game. So it's only fair that I sort of join in, and to be fair, it's a bit of a guilty pleasure because I actually enjoy it. So Minecraft on any platform is great. The newer editions, obviously these guys, they're a lot more expanded. You can have much bigger worlds, and the graphics are a bit sharper, blah blah blah. It's not, I mean, to be fair, the graphics are what they are, really. But having much bigger worlds is great because you can just build so much in them. So that is my gaming guilty pleasure.
Games. Okay, this is not really about playing a crap game. It's actually about kind of slightly trolling my viewers, because I like to play the Barbie games to make videos of. I wouldn't play them for the fun of it, though actually a couple of them are not bad games. Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses and Barbie Race and Ride both have some good qualities, albeit Race and Ride is kind of so bad it's good. And then there's Barbie Supermodel on the Mega Drive, which is just awful. I wouldn't play any of them for the fun of it, but I've made videos of them and thoroughly enjoyed it, because it is kind of, there are a few of my viewers who are now convinced I like the Barbie games. It is, they're just so unlikely. They're not the kind of game that a person like myself would be expected to play. So I do like to throw something like that out there and make a video, and I have fun doing it. It's funny, and seeing the reactions of some of the viewers is it makes it very worthwhile.